God ain't called us to be sitting here trauma bonded with people. It's okay to understand and relate and have empathy with people and understand where they come from and what happened to them and what took place. But it's not okay to stay there now. It's not okay. Until a person take the time to truly get delivered and truly get healed, all they're going to do is keep repeating, pouring out what's in their cup to other people out there. And that's how you begin to gather, because spirits are like follow each other. The more you repeat that, the more you remind yourself of the pain. The more the imagination, the more the feelings, the more the how you felt when they betrayed you, how you felt when they said what they said to you, how you felt when they did what they did. You reliving the incidents, you reliving the trauma. You see how you take the time to explain the story to people that you're comfortable with and tell them how you feel and what you're going through and what happened to you and, you know, how you feel. Why don't you take that same time and book an appointment with the greatest therapist ever? His name is Jesus. And you see, when you're before a physical therapist, which I love therapists, I thank God for therapists. I thank God for the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding that God has given therapists, because we need them. They are the physical vessels that God used to help us identify the root cause of certain things and how we can, what we need to do, how we need to do certain things. They're a great help, but let me tell you, this therapist I'm talking about, he is the greatest of all therapists. He will not only give you information about your symptoms and why you're behaving that way and why you can't get free and why and what happened and how you turn out the way you turn out. He wouldn't only just give you the information. You know what he will do? He will heal you and he will make you whole. There's a difference between being healed and being made whole. Where when you remember the trauma, because it's not going to erase from your memory, you're going to remember what took place, but it's not going to cause you any more pain. You will not feel any pain when you talk about it. After you meet with this therapist, I promise you, you will never trauma bond again. And if you ever tell your story, it will be from a place of you telling people, I was once this, but now look at what my therapist did for me. My therapist didn't only refer me to a doctor that can prescribe a certain medication to kind of calm my symptoms down and make me stabilize everything. This therapist took all of that mess out. Listen, took all that betrayal, the feeling of being betrayed, the feeling of being rejected, the feeling of being hurt, the feeling of being hated, the feelings of being of feeling like I don't belong, the feeling of vagabond, the feeling of all these feelings, all these thoughts, all the hurt. He took out the layers of wound out. He healed me. He gave me a shot in my soul, deep in my soul, that makes me forget how it felt. I can think about the incident, but it makes me forget the pain. It made me forget how it felt when the incident took place. And I just want to introduce you to that therapist, because let me tell you something, my friend. I remember the doctor telling me that I had some type of mental illness. I was on medication. And when I started taking that medication, it's been over 7 years. I have not put not one pills in my mouth. And my mind is sound. You understand what I'm saying? This therapist can do that. He can take the desire out of your mouth. That desire for drugs. That desire for sex addiction. That desire for sin. The desire for immorality. The desire to sin. This therapist, he got that shot. Oh. I can guarantee you how long it'll take when you contact this therapist and you start talking to this therapist about the process and how long the process is going to take. He knows. Because keep in mind, see, that's the thing. A lot of people come to God with a need and they expect it to be fixed right away. But this thing didn't happen to you. It took years for you to get yourself in this stuff. It took years for you to keep messing up. It took years for you to keep getting hurt. A lot of people come to this therapist expecting things to just happen in 15 minutes, 5 days, 10 days. No. He don't work like that. But if you want to get healed, this therapist is available. Don't wait any longer. Book that appointment. The phone number is called prayer. The section is in spirit and in truth. What that means? Be real. Be honest with what you're saying. Be serious. Be for real. And call him. You see how I'm talking to you? That's all you got to do. He's everywhere, every time, anywhere. Find that secret place. Book that appointment and talk to the counselor that is always available. You don't have to pay him per hour. You don't have to sit there or whatever. You just got to be willing. You got to be in a place of surrender. You got to be willing to hear what he got to tell you, because he's going to tell you some stuff that's going to make you mad. And you just got to, work with him. You really do. Because at the end of the day, if you want to be healed, then you got to be willing to hear the truth. And he's going to tell you like it is. And he's going to tell you how he can help you out on his timing. Same conversation you have with your people that you be trauma bonding with. The same thing. Just do the same thing to him. Because that's the only one that can really help you. You don't go there with the timing and say, well, you know what? I got 2 months. I got 2 months to work with this. Therapist, what you got for me? How you going to do this? How we going to do this? No, you don't go there with that attitude. You go there in a place of humility. God is attracted to a humble spirit. The Bible says he resists the proud. You need some help, you don't go there feeling entitled. Because a lot of people, one of the reasons why a lot of people ain't getting healing, because they're feeling, they go to God feeling like they're entitled, like God is responsible to just do something for them. No, God didn't tell you to do the stuff. A lot of us got hurt by being in the wrong relationship. God didn't tell us to be in a relationship. Did you seek God before you make that decision? We got caught up in the wrong decision with the wrong folks, in the wrong whatever. So go there in the place of humility. Don't go there entitled, because that entitlement stuff don't work with God. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you a little bit of warning. Be patient and surrender yourself to him, and I guarantee you, man, he gonna kill you first. He gonna make you die to a lot of things. Then he gonna breathe his breath of life in you, and you gonna live and glow. But it takes time, it takes process, and it definitely takes you to be in a place where you're not tied and connected to so many distractions, so many people. When you're going to birth out a baby, you're not in that room, that hospital room with a bunch of people. It's just you and the nurses, the doctor, whatever. That's the same way with him. He's got to be able to get you in that surgery room around the people that are trained and know what they're doing to make sure they get you better again. So you may not like some of the process, but if you really want to get healed, that's how you get healed. So that way you can stop carrying layers and layers of wound, hurt, pain, betrayal, anger, frustration, bitterness, hatred, jealousy, layers and layers of it. So you stop carrying that thing around in you and pouring it in other people's cup while other people pouring their own mess in your cup.